Yeah.
Yay! Hi everyone! Hi, we're live.
Hi everyone.
I'm here with Gina, and we've been setting everything up, and we were a bit nervous about how it was going to be, and I thought I looked pregnant on the camera, and then it wasn't at the right height, so we've got a big stack of books, and it's where did I put that tripod that Marion gave me so that I could set it up properly? But I'll get there. So here we are. I'm with Gina Baksa. And
hi everyone.
Hi, somebody's just popped on. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. And we have just finished module 3 of the trauma skills training. And we're here in Glastonbury in the Kuan Yin room at Healing Waters, which I was just telling Gina, it's a portal and
feels like it. It's a very powerful space. Very powerful.
We've had a lot of powerful healing here. And so Gina's been doing the trauma skills training with me.
I have. Module 3. It's been one of the most transformational experiences in my life. Completely. I think probably like a lot of people who've done a lot of personal development work, you get to a certain point where you come up against blocks, and no matter what you've done, you're still repeating the same stuff. Really.
And that was what brought you along. You came along first of all and you did some healing work with me in this room before you decided to do the training.
We had a really powerful transformational first session, and after that I immediately signed up for the year because I had a really trusting my intuition that this was going to shift a lot of things for me. And I think it takes a lot of courage to kind of delve into the past, but what's beautiful about this work is that you're not reliving it.
No. That's right. So it's about accessing it, but just staying on the edge of the experience, because the focus all the time is about not going into re-traumatization, not getting into intense emotion, but creating spaciousness. So you can witness what's happening, but then work through the body to heal. Isn't it? Working physically, because that's the access through to the primitive brain. And trauma is held in the primitive brain, so
be an observer really of it.
Being an observer and being a sensor, but not running away with the storyline or with the hysteria or the intense feeling. So we've been doing Somatic Experiencing this weekend. It's been an introduction into that. How have you found that?
I think what I've really enjoyed is working in twos, where we get the chance to really experience being the client and being the practitioner and using the tools. And what we're learning here is how to fully resource ourselves. So that when we're triggered in life, and we often are daily, we are learning on this course, we're learning tools that can really resource ourselves to bring us back to centre. And one of those that I found really useful is the breath. Really using my breath just to come to that place of comfort. So you're teaching us incredible resourcing skills that are really life-changing.
Because the breath is the inroad to having some control and understanding in the autonomic nervous system. So when we start getting into fight or flight, then we can bring it down and we can calm and stay within our window of tolerance, where we can witness what's going on, and then from that witnessing place have a possibility of repatterning and changing. So you found that so you found that helpful?
Extraordinarily powerful. I mean, I've seen really, really big results in my daily life, in my relationships, my work relationships, but most of all in my relationship with myself, the way I manage myself, the way I manage my triggering, and also just becoming more aware of what's triggering me, and that it's okay to feel these emotions. I think before I would try and suppress them, or I'd get annoyed with how I was feeling, or that I wasn't coping well, and with the triggering. It's
like often when people are traumatized, they feel like they're bad in some way, and they're blaming themselves. It's like, oh, I've got this crazy behavior, or I can't cope. But when you come along and you do this work and you recognize that these things that I'm doing, these activations, are actually normal. If you've been traumatized, and the guilt and the shame as well is normal, because that's inevitable if you have had these experiences.
Yeah, true. And I think we've all been traumatised to a certain level. It doesn't have to be serious abuse. You know, it can be surgery. It could be maybe your mum picked you up late from school once and you made up a story about it, you know. You could have been dropped as a baby or, you know, loads of things. So we're all running around with this compensatory behaviour as a result of trauma. Mostly trauma, you know, as we're learning, is unconscious. Yeah. So it's making the unconscious conscious. And then...
And to do that, you have to stay present. You have to be in the present moment. Not flying off in some intense cathartic experience.
Totally. And what's been really good about it as well is learning, you know, when I go into fight or flight, when I'm numbing out, you know, and when I'm, you know, kind of okay. Yeah. And learning. And then I've had... Definitely what I've noticed is that I've got more compassion for myself now.
Yay! That's so great.
Yeah, when I go into those states.
Yeah.
And I've got much more compassion for others because I can see when they're activated. Whereas before I put it down to some, you know, their personality or someone would irritate
that person is bad. I mean, look at that person in the
queue. Or annoying. Or,
then you'd have a reaction and then you'd get into conflict.
Yeah,
but
totally.
I remember you saying after Module 1 that suddenly you could see so many people had trauma.
Yes.
Whilst before you were thinking that they were really like awful people around you. Yeah.
I just remember thinking, I think what one thing I've mainly, one of the biggest takeaways is kind of self-judgment, much less self-judgment and self-criticism, and that has meant that I just have more compassion for others when they're triggered or, you know, being activated. Yeah. And so I'm not labelling them X, Y, and Z. I'm just going, okay. And I think the key is kind of not following them into their activation as well, but actually using the resources we've got to stay in our own space. Because it's so easy when someone's triggered to get triggered yourself.
Yeah, because trauma is so contagious. Once one person's nervous system goes up, then ours can go up as well. And this training is for practitioners. It's for people that are working with other people, either as a therapist or a carer or in some kind of social skills role, like a teacher, or any of those societal roles. And in order to help them, we have to be really clear ourselves and not to be going into our activations. Yeah. And you yourself work, I know you're a travel writer.
That's right.
And a journalist.
Yes.
And you have a background in healing.
Yes, I do healing and coaching.
Yeah. So, and I know that you're about to set off on this really, really exciting, huge journey, doing a healing transformational journey in Egypt.
That will be in November. I'm very excited about that. I'll be leading a group. We have quite a small, intimate group to Egypt, Cairo, Luxor, Aswan, and we'll be doing it's really kind of fundamentally an initiation, a hero's journey, if you like, exploring the temples and the pyramids in Egypt, because they're all highly activated charge portals still. So the energy in these places is phenomenal. So I'll be guiding a group in there in November.
Yeah, so you're responsible for a lot of people on that. So you've really had to clear your own trauma a lot in order to be able to go ahead and to hold those people in a foreign environment, in a very highly charged, energetic space. People that you haven't met before, possibly, and people possibly that have a lot of trauma. So that's a big demand on your...
Yes. Yeah. Which is another reason why I'm doing the course, so I can support people. So whatever comes up, I'll be able to be there. The course is also finishing around the time we're going, so it's a beautiful synergy. And I will be a resource for people, basically, who are coming. So it's making a huge difference, professionally and personally. Yeah, doing this training. Yeah, it's remarkable training, and we all need it. We need more practitioners.
Yeah, so that's my mission.
Yes.
I want to get the message out there that you know, to have a consciousness, planetary consciousness about the need at this time for trauma healing, and that the whole planet is in a massive trauma spiral at this point. And if we don't take stock, we're really going to go down the plug hole you know, because we've got environmental damage and all sorts of things happening, political corruption.
Yeah, look at what's happening politically.
Yeah, many things happening that you can actually look and you can see the amount of trauma there, which is actually leading people into that space. And the more we can heal, the more trauma healing that we have, our consciousness can clear.
Yeah.
We can evolve and make a difference. And
yeah, it is. I mean, it is an inside-out journey, and it's very easy to project on others and apportion blame and say, "Oh, it's Trump, it's this, it's that." That's a load of crap. Pardon my French. It isn't. You know, the work has to start within us.
Yeah.
And by being an example, that will hopefully lead other people to, you know, maybe take the course, but at least examine their own triggering and activations and. These skills are just amazing. It's the kind of thing that should be taught in schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be really beneficial.
Yeah.
And those children, instead of growing up with lots of bullying and conflict, would be able to resolve things immediately.
Oh, it'd be amazing in schools. Yes.
Yeah.
Any teachers out there?
Yeah.
Get in touch with this wonderful woman.
Come
yes,
along.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, it really is life-changing. We're only on module 3. It continues until the end of the year, and we're at such a lovely space here in Glastonbury. It's in Juliet's home. It's got beautiful, clear, clean energy, and I could, you know, it really is life-changing. It's changing my life, and will continue to unfold. And it really, it's not like doing this training and then everything's fixed. Not at all. This is a life's processing and a life's work about being fully resourced so we can be the best version of ourselves and to act appropriately in every moment. Yeah,
to really step up and really be who we were born to be.
Yes.
And it's trauma has shut us down and made us very limited, and also caused many things to happen to us, because trauma recycles itself, the energy of it. But when we can clear it ourselves, and it's not just about being an example once we're cleared, it's just like energetically we're different, we're not reactive anymore, and that field that then gets set up immediately causes that entrainment with other people's nervous systems around us, so that everybody begins to settle and to calm, and then that ripples out to our families.
It really does. It really does. I've noticed that. The fact I used to get highly triggered and activated, be quite volcanic in response to when I was being triggered. Just the slightest thing would set me off. Whereas now, I know I can use my breath and the other tools that you've been teaching us, and it's had a massive impact, because there can be like a fury going on around me, but I can stay calm and centered.
Yeah.
And that is gold. I mean, that to me is, it is, you know, I keep saying it's life-changing, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, managing myself so much better and calmer. Yeah, and happier as well. And just a lot happier. And I think one thing that came up for me today, or this weekend, was the importance of really being honest with myself. And once you have the tools and the skills, you can't pretend that you don't know what you know. You have a kind of duty, I think, we have the duty to ourselves to be really honest with ourselves and others. And it's actually inspiring, because there is so much, we're all put on a facade, you know, just to get by. And it's lovely when you kind of don't really need to do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we've had to put on a facade in order to cope. Those are life strategies. When we're really hurt, we have to have some kind of survival strategy. But when we can start to heal, then that can drop and we can be ourselves. And
and the real then, and I think it's connected to the divine. It really is, because we are, you know, not to get too woo-woo about it, we are vessels of the divine. And once we kind of are able to kind of sift through that and the gold comes to the surface, then we're able to really resonate that divinity that is our birthright, which is joy as well. That's what I experience, and it's almost like a return to innocence as well. You know, a lot of us had that when we were children, if we're lucky, or we remember times in innocence. You know, or maybe we get it in nature. You know, we have that return to innocence where we are feeling very connected to the divine, to Mother Earth, and that's what the planet needs right now. That's what human beings need right now. Yeah,
absolutely.
Connection with ourselves, other people, and the planet.
Yeah. And that's a big focus, isn't it, for us when we're doing our meditations, is also to send that energy out for healing for the planet.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love doing that. You can really feel it resonating. Yeah, amazing work.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And I can say that pretty much I think everyone who's participating on this training is echoing exactly the same as what Gina's saying here today.
Completely.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing, and I feel very honoured that I've been able to be in this position, that life has gifted me this position in order to facilitate this, and I just really make the intention for my life to continue the work, and I just really hope that opportunities will be given me to continue in whatever way Source or Spirit wants that to happen.
Yeah, definitely. I echo that as well, and I just put it out to everyone that's listening or will see this Facebook Live. If you've been considering training, or even if you're not a therapist and not remotely interested in working with other people, just giving this experience to yourself will completely change your relationship with yourself, and therefore with others as well. And I highly recommend it. It's really one of the deepest, most profound experiences that I've ever had.
Wow, that touches my heart so much. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Very grateful to you, Juliet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, really helped me. Yeah.
Wow.
What can I say?
Yeah, so I guess we'll let you go, and thank you for joining us for the video. And if you are interested in exploring more with Gina, this amazing trip to Egypt, I will put her details underneath this video so that you can get in touch with her. And if you're interested in coming to the intro day, which is the introductory day for the training, it's the 6th of October. So on that day we explore our windows of tolerance and get to sense of what activates us and what doesn't activate us. And the next training starts in 2019, January 2019. If you go to the Healing Waters Facebook page, which is underneath here as well, you go to the workshops, then you can find the next year's training. So
yay, bring it on.
Bring it on. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of love to you, and enjoy this amazing weather, and be kind to yourself.
Yes, that's true.
Be kind to your loved ones. Have compassion. Have equanimity. That's the focus this weekend. Has been lovely. Equanimity, going with whatever life is bringing you in this moment. So wishing you really, really well from my heart to yours.
Yes, and likewise.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Bye.